about The Flash season 3, episode 22, and my oh my, this was a doozy. Before we get started, I just want to say, if you hear extra noise in the background, that is my family. They are watching a movie downstairs, and as you can see, it's an entertainment system, so it's extremely loud. Wow, this episode was really, it was just a sad episode, you know. It was really sad, you know. Spoiler alert, before I get started, I just want to say Iris dies, spoiler alert. So basically we just start off by saying, by the question on hand, you know, we just start off by saying, you know, what happened, you know, last episode. It was just basically Barry trying to find a solution how to work the speed bazooka, the Speed Force trap. We basically find out how to stop it. It was Argus, you know, and so they just basically say, alright, they just say, okay, we need to go to Argus, you know, and, you know, get this thing. And so what basically happens is that, they just realize none of them are capable enough to get a device like this on their own, because they're not criminals, you know. They don't know how to break into stuff, because Lila did refuse to give the thing that they needed, and so they thought that the best way was, or at least Barry thought that the best way was to give to let Leonard Snart, you know, aka Captain Cold, to let him go, to let him steal it. But then Barry went back in time, even though he said he wouldn't go back in time to stop, he said he wouldn't go back in time, but he broke his rule just for Iris' sake, you know. But yeah, that really showed that what what Barry was willing to do, for his family, you know, for Iris. And so yeah, and so basically he goes back in time and talks with Snart. He says, hey, look, you know, you're my only chance, you know, can you please help me? And so basically, Snark is said, like, alright, fine, I'll help you, but, you know, it's my rules, it's what I say, it's my lead. And so, so basically, I see your question, Beast Mode Gaming. This episode, it was just a sad episode. It was kind of depressing. Like, I didn't want to face the fact. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, but like, I didn't want to face the fact. So that's why I'm like, not into tears, but like, I'm sad. You know, I didn't expect her to die. Like, I thought that Team Flash was going to help her, you know, in the last minute. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, basically what happens is that they figure out a plan, and so they just basically break into Argus. And so what happens is that they break into Argus, and so what ended up happening is that they do go through with the plan, but they didn't expect King Shark to be on guard. And so basically Barry was just like, oh, give me your gun, you know, I'm going to kill, or basically he didn't say it, but he implied it, you know. He was saying, give me your gun, I'm going to kill him. Basically that's what it translated to. And so yeah, that's basically what happened. But then Snart was like, oh, if you kill me, if you kill Snart, then you're gonna be like as ruthless as I say you are. And then so that's basically what happened. But I really liked that episode. You know, it was just one of those episodes where it's like at the beginning and not at the end. It was like, oh, what is Barry willing to do? And so basically Snart was like, okay, give me my gun back, and we're just gonna find a way how to do this peacefully, you know. Just put the King Shark is slightly warm-blooded, so give him the I'll use the gun to warm down the temperature. And so basically that's what happens. They do that, and then Snart gets trapped into I died. Snart gets trapped, and so basically what happens is that Snart, he just gets trapped inside of there. They steal it, they get out, or at least Barry does, and then Snart gets trapped. And then what ended up happening was that they basically escaped. They got Snart out, and then so yeah, they were powering up the speed bazooka. But then right when you would think that Barry went to he was going back to Team Flash's Star Labs, it was actually the Time Remnant. It was the Time Remnant the whole time. And so basically, yeah, he knew that Iris was hiding on Earth too. and then so he went to Earth 2 in a Salvatore costume and decided, hey, look, you're going to die. I'm going to kill you. It's going to happen. Just deal with the fact. And Iris is just saying, please don't hurt them. After before that, he just completely annihilated Wally West. He just took him down like with ease. Even though Wally was faster than him, but he still beat him down quickly. But then Iris is like, please don't hurt him. I'm going to die. Just don't hurt them. Hurt me. Kill me, and and all that stuff. And so basically, the Time Limit Barry, Salvatore Barry was like, oh, hey, look, Iris is accepting her death. Why can't you accept her death, Joe? And so that's basically what happened. Keep in mind, remember that part. When I say Joe not accepting Iris's death, remember that part. Remember it, because it's gonna come in. It's gonna come in back into the episode. And so basically, that's what happens. We just know that Iris is going to die, and so basically, as Team Flash is getting ready to go to the street where Salvatore is going to kill them all. Alright, not kill them all. Sorry, kill Iris. Basically, what ended up happening is that oh my god. Basically what ended up happening is that Cisco was getting vibes of Killer Frost showdowning with Vibe. And so basically what happens is that Cisco eventually does go over there, and Barry's like, oh no, you're just go to Caitlin, save her, don't help me with Salvatore, and that's basically what happened. That's basically how it happens. And so they just go, they face off just a little bit, Caitlin and Vibe. And so what ended up happening is that like that part, is just Iris does die. Iris is dead, like officially confirmed dead. That's exactly what happened. Or before that happens, I want to say something. That speed bazooka or the speed trap did not work. It completely backfired. And then so Salvatore was like, oh, you didn't think I have a plan? You put me in that trap. You think I didn't have a plan? And so basically he was holding the Philosopher's Stone. The Philosopher's Stone was what helped him with the Speed Force trap. If he didn't have that Philosopher's Stone, he could have they could have won the day. Saved the day. But yeah, that did not happen. And so basically, Flash is like, oh, you lose, and I win. That's that concept. And so basically, Iris is dead. Iris is dead, and I kind of had a feeling that Iris was going to die. I didn't want Iris to die. I thought that they were just gonna do something last minute. I didn't expect her to die. I still have faith in Iris. I still believe that Iris is not going to die. The reason why I'm saying is that she's too big of a character to die. I don't see Barry just Iris dying. Excuse me. I don't see Iris dying because she's too big of a character to die. It's like Cisco or anybody like that. Joe's not really a comic book character, so it really doesn't matter if he dies. But yeah, it's one of those moments where they're too big of a character to die. And so yeah, that's really what just ticks me off. But at the same time, I'm just sad. I at that moment I couldn't accept it. I couldn't accept that Iris was going to die. But yeah. But I don't think that Barry, you would have figured at the end of, I don't think that Barry's going to turn into that future Barry, that emo Barry. I don't think that he's going to turn into him. Essentially, what I do think that he is going to more or less turn a little bit like him, a little depressed. But I think by season 4 he's going to get over, maybe halfway, or halfway of season 4. Or he's gonna accept it. I accept this. This is basically Iris's fate. I can't change it. I can't stop it. Basically that's what happens. That's what I think personally. But if you guys have any questions or you want to say something, free to drop your comments down below. I'll be glad to answer them, or I'll be glad to discuss them with you. But yeah, my question is to you guys. we only have one episode left. But do you guys think that Iris is going to die? Do you guys officially think that? Personally, like I said, for me, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's the case, just because of the fact that Iris is too big of a character. You know, you don't want Iris to die. You know, but the CW always has like a thing where it's just a death needs to happen, so like the character can go through a motivation, a thing, and so yeah, that's basically how it happens, you know. And like it was Jay Garrick, supposedly the fake Jay Garrick in that one, and then in season 1 it was Eddie, you know, and Ronnie, or basically yeah, it was Eddie and Ronnie, and then so in season 2 it was the fake Jay Garrick. And then in season 3 is going to be Iris, and I really don't like that. I really don't want Iris to die. You know, Iris is just like, she's really good. She's a really good actor. You know, I don't want her to die. You know, I really, in a way, like I can find her as a, oh my god, in a way I can find her as a family. You know. Like it's one of those characters where you just don't want them to die. You just have a connection with them. You have a special bond with them. You know, you don't want them to die and stuff like that. You know, it's just one of them moments. Like Superman per se. Like everybody wasn't expecting Superman to die. You know, you weren't expecting Superman. Like for you, those hardcore fans, you know, Superman fans, you can already tell what was going to happen. You know, you already knew what was going to happen and stuff like that. And so, yeah, like, if you're a Superman fan, or you know what was happening when Doomsday was fighting him, you kind of knew, but you didn't want him to die. You know, it's those moments where the events that lead up into that moment where you know that the character's going to die, but you don't want to face the facts, you know. But yeah, that's basically this moment. You know, I really didn't want Iris to die, which is one of those moments. You know, I really had a special connection bond with her ever since season 1. You know, she had that special spark that Barry never had. You know, it was one of those moments where, you know, you can't just accept it. F this, bruh, I'm pissed. I mean, like I said, I'm mad too, I'm angry too, but I'm just depressed. I won't accept the fact that Iris is dead. I just cannot accept it. I'm too prideful. I'm too ignorant. Like, when something happens, like something bad happens, like something like a tragedy or something like that happens to me, I just can't, you know, deal with it. That's not who I am, you know. I can't deal with the facts, you know. I just won't, you know. It's my personality. And sad, yes, that's what I'm saying, you know. It's sad, but at the same time, you're like, what? No, this is not happening. This is not happening. No joke, I cried when she died. No, for me, bro, I feel your pain, bro. It's like I was saying, Iris is too big of a character, you know. You don't want Iris to die. You know, it's one of those special bonds that you have with actors that are really good to you. It, like, have really, like, shown, like, grown on you or something like that. You know, it's really those moments that help you. Like, it was in season 1 where Iris found out that Barry was the Flash and started teaming up with him, and then it was those moments. But yeah, I really didn't like that. That Iris was gonna die, you know. Ever since we saw that moment, you know, with ever since we saw that moment with Savitar in the future and the whole vision thing and stuff like that, I just didn't believe it, you know. I thought, like, I believed what Jay Garrick said, you know. Just because it's the future, you know, doesn't mean that it's going to happen, you know. And that's true, but in this case, it did happen. It did happen, and, you know, I still didn't want to believe it. I still didn't want Iris to die. But yeah. Alright, I'm just trying to pick this pocket. Alright, I got caught. Okay, exactly. She's big of a character. I think the Barry might figure out a way to get her back. I mean, I don't know. That's the problem. He can't use time travel. You know, you would have figured that Barry learned his lesson. Yeah, I don't think it's time travel. 100%, I don't think so. I know Barry is tempted to, but I don't think that's the case. You know, I don't think that Barry's gonna do time travel. He might do something where he will try time travel. I'm not saying that's not the possibility, but I'm saying that it's just, yeah, I think that he's gonna pull something out. You know, I think that he's gonna maybe, this is just maybe. This is my speculation and theory. I'm just saying, what if Barry went to the Speed Force and just, because you all know, like those of you comic book fans, you know, we all know that the Speed Force, you know, is like Speedster Heaven. You know, it's where speedsters go until they keep running and running and running until they die. And so basically, and then Speed Force Heaven is just basically is a reality that makes you like your dream. And so basically, I think that the Speed Force is just gonna put Barry to prison. You know, like even though like, hey, look, even though you created me, I don't think they're gonna say that. But like, hey, look, you know, I respect you. You know, we understand what you did, but you still have to pay for your crime. No matter who you are going to pay for what you did. You know, you are not going to get off the hook. And so that's basically how I think that is going to happen. And so yeah, I think that Barry is going to pay for his crime and the Speed Force crimes, and then he was like, oh, hey, look, here's your treat, here's your reward, I'll give you one chance, go get Iris, or, you know, go, like, we'll give you Iris back, you know, for, you know, everything that you've done for the Speed Force, everything you've done for Multiverse, everything you've done for, you know, all that stuff, and then, so, here you go, here's your reward. What if HR was using the mask device thing? No, it wasn't that, because, like I said, it wouldn't work just because of the fact that HR wasn't on Earth 2. HR wasn't on Earth 2. So how would he know, you know, to use the device? And he was there when they captured her. You know, he was there. So, like, it wouldn't make sense for him to be two places at once. It wouldn't make any sense. Then again, we don't know where HR went. But yeah, it just wouldn't make sense to me because we saw HR. HR was just dealing with the fact that he let Iris lead to Earth 2. I mean, but then again, we don't know. We're not 100% confirmed until the episode comes. It could be HR. You know, it could be that. But, you know, yeah, I just really don't see that happening. But yeah. Oh boy, I really... Wow, this episode. Alright, where was Julian? That's my question. I was wondering the same thing too. Like, Julian didn't, like, come to my mind until the end of the episode. Like, I completely forgot about Julian just because of the fact that they were going to break into Argus. But then, when they came out of Argus, you know, when they were going to stop Savitar, you know, that question popped into my mind. Hey, look, where's Julian? You know, where the heck is he? You know, I think that, you know, he was probably, you know, doing something, you know, he's in England or something like that. That was his excuse last time. But yeah, like, he knew that this time was gonna come. He knew that, like, it would make no sense. Like, he knew this time would come. He knew that this was going to happen, you know, he knew that. My question is, how did he not know that? That's my question. Like, why? Like, it's one of the most important days for Team Flash. How did he not? How did he not know? How did he how did he just do that? Like, skip the most important day. Okay, so because Barry doesn't know that. Because Barry doesn't know the plan, maybe he sacrificed himself. Yeah, that's true. Because Barry did say that don't tell him the plan. You know, don't tell him the plan. You know, because that was going to yeah, because maybe Savitar knew the plan. You know, I think that HR could have sacrificed himself. Like, I think that they need to kill HR. You know, just because of the fact that that HR should just like die. You know, he's just too much of a lovable character. You know, he's just one of those characters where you think is too much of a goofball and like deserves to die. Like, he's just one of those characters that like need to die. Like, I don't like, I don't want him to die, but like, oh, here, take this, you need to die, you know, get out of the show, you know, like a die where it's just like, you know, you're done, you know, you were too much of a goofball. We don't like, we're used to seeing Harrison Wells, just a different Harrison Wells, you know, just not less grumpy. But yeah, like, he's just too much of a goofball. He's too much of a lovable character. Instead of killing Iris, like, here's the #1 question. Instead of killing Iris, why didn't you kill HR? That's my question. Why didn't you kill HR? Like, nobody, it's not that nobody likes HR, it's just that fact that, you know, get rid of him. He's just too much of a lovable character. You can't have too much of a lovable character, you know, because you even have those moments where you hate Barry. There's always those moments where you hate the main villain or the main character, and there's always those moments where you hate the one of the side characters, like Cisco. You know, you hate Cisco for one episode, and then you hate Barry for the other episode, and then you hate. Everybody hates Caitlin now. Everybody hated Julian before he joined Team Flash. But yeah. You can't, like I said, you can't love a character too much, you know, it's just the facts, you know, you can't love them. Okay, so, hi, what's up, Orlando? Yeah, what's up? Alright, so, HR isn't significant to the comics or the story except the fail of this, fail of this beast. Yeah, he really isn't, you know, Harrison Wells is just one of those characters, just like Joe, that can't die, and it wouldn't have an effect to the storyline. You know, it's just one of those moments, you know, like where you can kill HR or Harrison Wells and nothing would happen to the comics. Nothing exactly would happen.
Okay, they're busting him out of GCPD. You're too late. It's already happening. Why so pessimistic?
So yeah, wow, this episode. No, Orlando, I said, what's up? I wasn't ignoring you. I said, like, what's up to you, like, already. I wasn't ignoring you. I said already, what's up? But yeah, this episode, wow. But back to what I was saying, yeah, like, HR is just one of them characters where he's just too much lovable. You know, he hasn't done anything at all. That's his problem. He hasn't done anything at all but just help Team Flash. How did you feel when Barry was relieved, and what was your past prediction? Oh, when Barry was revealed, and what was your past prediction? Okay, so my prediction was that it was going to be somebody that from the future, like Eddie, or first of all, what I didn't think, it would be Ronnie. That's the #1 thing I didn't really make sense, because, alright, #1, why would Ronnie come back after all this time? Why? It just wouldn't make sense. Why would Ronnie come back? It wouldn't make sense. Like, Ronnie is just not important of a character, you know. It wouldn't be a shock, because, it wouldn't be a shock if Ronnie came back. Like, okay, yeah, Ronnie came back. It would be a little shocking that Ronnie would want to do this, but at the same time, you know, it's really wouldn't make any sense, you know, for Ronnie. Ronnie's not really, yeah, it just wouldn't make sense. And then so for Ronnie to say, "Hey, my child," you know, why would Ronnie, the fiance of Caitlin, just say that? Unless they're just really in love, then they just say that. That's the only thing. But no, yeah. But yeah. And then I thought it was Eddie, because you know, Eddie was the only person besides Team Flash that truly knows and loves Iris. You know, he was the only one that was on Team Flash that knew how much Iris meant to Barry. I didn't think that Julian, for a second there, I thought Julian was Savitar, but that was in the beginning of in the season where we thought that he was Savitar, or he was Alchemy, but you know, Savitar was controlling him. But then I thought that it was, then my friend spoke to me, and then he said that, oh, hey, look, you know, he spoke to me, he said, hey, he thinks that it's Barry, and he said, hey, look, this is Barry just because, you know, this and that, and so I believed him. I said, hey, look, yeah, I believe you, that makes total sense. I believe you 100%, and so I thought that it was Barry. Solely because of the fact that
I heard something.
yeah, like he made me believe that it was Barry. But yeah, because I remember what he said. He said something about I can't remember what he said. He said the only person that knows yourself better than you know you. The only person that knows you better than you know yourself is yourself. But yeah, what do you think? The scar on Barry's face. It could be from Salvatore himself. Like it could be because it's they said Team Flash said that Barry. When Barry was going facing off with Salvatore, he made time runs himself. That could be a burn. That could be like his Salvatore punched himself so hard, where to the fact where he just made his face something like that. I don't know, but I think it's from Salvatore himself. Like I think it's from himself. I don't think it's something where it happened. But yeah. But alright. Rito, what's up? Rado. But okay, so back to what I was saying. Okay, so yeah. Then my friend pointed out to me that my friend pointed out to me that it was Barry, and I believed him. I thought it was Barry too, but and I was calling people whoever thought it was Barry crazy. But I should take my money back on that. So yeah, I take my money back. I'm sorry for if I called you, any of you Barry fans, theorizing if it was Barry. I take my money back, and I take back everything I said to you guys. But yeah, in the trailer for the next episode, what do you think that the blue portal thing was? I think that is something that's gonna do massive destruction. Obviously, I think it's gonna be another Zoom thing where Then again, I think it's going to be summoning something. Salvatore is going to be summoning something, bringing something from his past, or bringing something where to the point where he just needed something. Because Salvatore did say something like, in order for me to be born, I need two things. I need for Iris to die, and then he said, I'm just going to keep the other one to myself. And we're going to see what that other one was in that portal thing. I think that he's going to summon something where he's just going to be like, I'm going to summon something so I could be born, or, yeah. But I think that it's gonna make Barry do time remnants of himself. Like he's gonna do time remnants. That's what Barry's trying to do. That's what Salvatore's trying to make him do. Because the only way for Salvatore to be born is if when Barry made time remnants of himself. So I think that he's going to try to do time remnants of himself. But yeah. But I don't think that, obviously enough, he's not going to do time runs. I think he's going to be fast enough to do speed mirages or something like speed after image for speed mirage or whatever it's called. I think Barry's going to be well over fast enough. But I still can't get over the fact that Barry is going to die. Or excuse me, not Barry. Iris. I just can't deal with the fact Iris is not going to die. I'm just too prideful. It's not going to happen. In my opinion, at least, I don't think that it's going to happen. But yeah, that's just what I think. I don't think that Iris is going to die. I'm never going to accept the fact that Iris is going to die. I don't think that. It's just one of those things where you just cannot believe. Like you were refusing it. That's my thing. I refuse it. I cannot accept the fact that Iris is going to die. But yeah. Yo, what's good, Kakashi? Hagate, what's good, man? But yeah, you guys are cheering me up because I was really sad when Iris died. I just can't get over the fact, man. Alright, so fam, what's good, fam? Yo, what's up? Alright, so yeah, can't get over the fact, guys. I'm just sorry, I'm gonna be different when I go to school. I'm just like, why is that, man? And I was like, a family member of mine died, and it was like, really, who? A TV family member. But yeah, well, all jokes aside, You know, I'm never gonna look at Flash the same way. You know, I'm just like, why do you have to do this? Surely there's gonna be some sort of twist where which allows Iris to die, or not die, come back. I think it's what I said. It's what I said because I think that's my theory how she's gonna come back. But yeah, my theory how she's gonna come back is that Barry is going to go to the Speed Force and then bring her back. You know, that's the only way I can think of her coming back. The other way is just time traveling, which makes no sense. That wouldn't make sense for Barry to time travel again. But I think that he's gonna go to the Speed Force, and then so basically he's gonna they're gonna give Iris back like it's a gift. Like, oh, you need to go and face your time. You know, this is a jail for you. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, you're still. You even though you're the creator of the Speed Force, you know, you still have to pay for what you did. Kind of like the president thing. You know, you may be the in charge of the whole country, you know, but in reality, you still have to follow the law. You know, it's just how it is. But yeah, I think it's just one of those moments where it's just where, yeah, I think that she's gonna come back by the Speed Force. But that's my theory. You know, my theory could be stupid to other people. My theory could just be smart. Like, it would make sense, but I don't know. Post your like, how do you think guys think it's gonna come back, or how she's gonna come back in the live chat. Whoa, maybe Barry puts the Revenant in the Speed Force, which is Savitar is referring to as the trap that he was with for. No, that's not the trap that he was referring to. The trap that he was referring to was the Speed Force bazooka. The Speed Force bazooka was the trap that was putting him into the Speed Force. That was the trap. It wasn't anything else. It's just that was the trap. The Speed Force bazooka was the trap. So yeah, don't get that confused with anything else. Like, don't try to get that confused with anything else, because that's not any other trap. They were referring to the Speed Force trap, the Speed Force bazooka. But I see where you're going there. Maybe they make a time remnant. And that's one of them time remnants become Savitar, and then, you know, that evil Savitar, they trap him in the Speed Force. I understand what you're saying, but the only way basically to stop, there are two ways. I believe that to stop Savitar, and the most obvious way is to kill the Time Remnant. The second way is to kill Barry. That's the only way I can think of. Or just trap him in the Speed Force. There are really three ways, but yeah, that's just the two most logical ways that would happen. Obviously, Barry's not going to die. You know, it's the Flash. You know, it's everything that happens before his career starting. Like with before the Flash that you see in the Justice League, before the Flash you see, and you know the future, the DC Comics now. You know, it's not those Flashes. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just before his career happens, like his official career. So yeah. But obviously Barry's not gonna die. No, that's number one. And they might figure out a way how to stop Savitar and put him into the Speed Force. They might do that, but I don't know how they're gonna do that. I don't know how they're gonna pull that off. But yeah, post your theories down below. How do you think Iris is going to come back? Because I just cannot deal with the fact that Iris is gonna die. It's not gonna believe it. Alright, I just want to say again, sorry guys if you hear stuff in the background. That is my family. They are they're just playing stuff in the background. They're just watching a movie downstairs. They have an entertainment system. Alright, so they should have erased Barry's memory from right and then and there, and Jesse have killed Savitar. That was the problem. I mean, that would have been smart. I see where you're going there. Like, they could have just wiped Barry's memory and then kill Savitar and then put it back, like put his memory back. That would have made sense. That would have, you know. I see where you're getting there. You know, it's just Team Flash is just too dumb enough. You know, as smart as they are, they're just too dumb enough. They didn't want to see Barry lose his memory. But yeah, it was supposed to have Barry not gain any new memories instead of having Barry, it complete backfired. It had Barry, losing his memory instead of gaining new memories. But yeah. I really just can't deal with it, man. It's just one of those things. But yeah. But Jessie's doing her own thing. Wally, the only person who's fit enough is Wally to kill Savitar. That's the only person to kill Savitar. But other than that, Jessie just doing her own thing on Earth 3, taking the mantle of Jay Garrick Flash, because Jay Garrick is in the Speed Force. So yeah. Alright, Wally wouldn't have his powers. Like, what do you mean Wally wouldn't have his powers? Like, what do you mean Wally wouldn't have his powers? Are you talking about right now? Wally still has powers, you know, he just broke his leg, that's it. I mean, if you're referring to the future Wally West, the one that's paralyzed and crippled in a wheelchair, then yeah. But if you're referring to the present one, the one that just broke his leg, yeah, you'll live, you broke your leg, you're gonna heal it in a couple hours. No, then yeah, Wally's was I mean, Wally could have defeated Savitar, you know. Wally was faster than Barry. But yeah. Alright, when Barry's memories was wiped out, he didn't have his powers. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't have his powers. But for me, it didn't make sense. Why? It wouldn't make sense for Wally to have his powers. What, does Savitar need to remember that he gave him his powers? So, my question is, if Savitar didn't remember giving Wally his powers for some reason, which is beyond stupid, for if you ask me, I don't even know how that works. He created him by his own powers. He doesn't need his memories to create him. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's number one. Number two, how does that even work? Because yeah, just wouldn't make any sense. I just don't find that logical. Wally would still have his powers. I don't know why it's saying that he wouldn't. This is really dumb. I mean, they could have always called Jessie over, but yeah. Barry would have no need to create the remnant. Yeah, exactly. If they would have killed him, if they, like, Team Flash is as smart as they are, they're extremely smart, they could have been smart enough. Why didn't finish the Catwoman Revenge? Because I didn't feel like finishing it. I wanted to save that for a separate video. Alright, so basically, back to what I was saying. As smart as Team Flash is, you know, they're just really dumb at some things. Like, why didn't they just revive? Alright, revive. I'm saying, what am I saying? Why didn't they just, keep Barry, kill Barry Savitar, like kill Savitar right then and there, and then revive Barry's memories? That would have been a whole lot smarter. But nope, they just wanted to save Barry first. Barry was the main concern first. Like that would make sense. I mean, I'm sure on Arrow, people on Arrow are a whole lot smarter than Flash. Like the Flash is just too dumb, too hard-headed, so naive, and so retarded. But people on Arrow, they're just more logical sense. Like they make more sense. Like they're actually real life. Like they're the only show that makes sense because none of them have superpowers except I guess you consider Dinah Drake. Dinah Drake is a metahuman. But yeah, that doesn't really make any sense, you know. But the only show that does is Arrow, and Arrow is the only show that doesn't involve superpowers, but except Dinah Drake. Alright, so yeah. I mean, I guess it's always that first phase where you're too naive, but then when you start to go in your career, you just lose hope. you're done messing around. You know what to do by now. But the Flash is always like that. The Flash is always kind-hearted. You know, he always gives second chances. He's like a ray of sunshine. Sometimes he is. Most of the time he is, but sometimes he's not like that. Only when he gets pissed. Only gets when he gets mad. I know I didn't. I said I was going to do another gameplay. I didn't. I just fell asleep on you guys. I did. I'm so lucky that I woke up just in time for the season, for the show. All right. So technically, Barry killed Iris anyways because he created Flashpoint. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying there. It's because of Barry created Flashpoint that he basically created Savitar and all that stuff. And it's basically that reason, you know, just because he created Flashpoint, you know, he created Savitar, he created all of this. But it was really a way that he took advantage of Barry's big mistake, you know. He took advantage of Barry's mistake because what ended up happening that he saw that he knew that if he can get Wally, he knew if he made Wally and then, you know, torment him, you know, he knew that he was going to be ball over fast enough to get him out of the Speed Force. But yeah, it's one of those where it's just he took advantage of Barry's mistake. He just took advantage of Barry's mistake. And that was really dumb of Barry. So in a way, I guess you would say that Barry pretty much caused all this. Barry is the one who started this because of Flashpoint. But I'd say that they should have not started that early because they did it Flashpoint too early. Because Flashpoint is supposed to take in at the end, at the very end of at the end of Barry's career. Really, but if they're going by the New 52, because they did some stuff where they're just not following the New 52, and there's some stuff where they are following the New 52. But if they're following the New 52, then yeah, I guess Flashpoint would be first. All right, but yeah, he even said it that it's because you did Flashpoint. If you never did Flashpoint, you know, you would have never created me, you know, in the first place. And that's true. Savitar just took advantage of Barry's big mistake. It's really dumb of them. Really dumb of Barry, you know. But I kind of get why Barry did that. You know, both his parents are dead. You know, what happened. Oh boy, but yeah, Iris. You know what? You know what's funny? I have a sister named Iris. So whenever I just go like, why Iris? Why? I'm just gonna go in front of her face and say, why Iris? Why? But bro, great talk, man. But I have to go. It's 6:42 for here in the UK and need to sleep. Gonna drop a sub on the way out. Thank you, man. This shows a lot of support. You know, I just really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. You know, it really means a lot. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna lay a joke. You know, I have a sister named Iris. That's my oldest sister, and I'm just gonna be like, why Iris? Why? She's not gonna know why. What I'm talking about. I'm gonna be like, why Iris? Why? It's gonna be really funny when I do that. She doesn't, like, ironically, she doesn't really watch the show. Alright, I understand about the subs. Well, okay, so, yeah. It took me 2 years to get to 140. Yeah, it's really hard to subscribe, or not to subscribe, just one click. It's really hard to get a lot of subscribers, you know. Some people get it early, some people get it faster than others, you know. It just really depends, you know. But I appreciate every support, every last dime that you guys do, every support that you, every last finger, or should I say, you know, every last support that you've shown. It really means a lot. But alright guys, I think I should be heading out too. But yeah guys, feel free to hit the subscribe button, like it, keep up to date what I'm doing for my channel, you know, help my channel grow by hitting that subscribe button like I said, you know, but yeah, in the comment section below, just hashtag Iris Death, just say why Iris, I have a PS4, we can play sometime, see you tomorrow. Yeah, sure man, yeah, I always, in my next gameplay I will put my gamer tag in the live chat, but like I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna go too, cause I have school tomorrow. And just another day for me to think about why I don't have Injustice 2. But all jokes aside, you know, just in the comment below, just hashtag Iris, you know, just support Iris. Yeah, it was just a really bad episode. Not bad, but like a really tragic episode. I really didn't want it to happen. Alright, but thank you guys. I want to thank you guys even more. You know, show your support. You know, I really love how you guys support the channel. So I just want to say thank you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.